turn the radio off right now and listen to The Chris Miles Show.
Keeping you informed about the latest and greatest trends and current events in today's society. It's where you go to stay in the know. It's the Chris Miles Show, live from Atlanta, Georgia.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show.
What's happening, people? Hope all is well. Welcome to the Chris Miles Show. We are live here. Blessed to be here on another Sunday. God is so good. Mr. Producer, how you doing today, my brother?
Man, I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't not complain at all.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. We have an interesting show coming up today. You want to give people the title?
The Black Woman's Competition.
Black Woman's Competition. We got a lot of feedback on this particular topic today on one of our social media pages. Correct?
Yeah. People was participating. A lot of people seem to be interested in the show.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last week we did some outstanding numbers.
Yeah, we did pretty good.
On that of Facebook, we got what, 1K?
Yeah, we got 1,000.
We got 1,000. That's pretty good on Facebook.
First time, yeah.
On Twitter, we getting what, 2,000, 3,000?
Yeah, 2, 3.
Okay. And then YouTube, the numbers are going up slowly, but we getting where we
slowly but surely.
Yeah. So let me just say this, people. For everybody out there that's hearing my voice, me and Mr. Producer's voice, we want to encourage you to go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Go to the Chris Miles Show page on YouTube. Hit the like button. Subscribe, like, and follow to get all of our content as far as when we are actually releasing content. We're going to be doing some reactionary videos. We have a lot of stuff going on that we are going to be doing and that kind of thing. So we just want everybody to hang out with us, ride with us, and be a part of what we're doing. The actual link to the page, the YouTube page, is on our Facebook page, correct, Mr. Producer?
Yeah, it's on there.
Okay. So, once again, the title of the show this evening is The Black Woman's Competition. Now, me and Mr. Producer struggled. I don't necessarily call it a struggle, but we went back and forth on the actual title. One of the reasons why we went with that title is because we have male friends in our circle who wanted us to engage this debate. A lot of brothers out there are somewhat disenchanted with some of the things that they're actually experiencing in their relationships with a lot of the sisters, the queens. So we are going to dive into that conversation tonight. We also have a Latina who's pretty popular out there on social media, Rebecca. I'm gonna be calling her tonight, asking her some questions. So, are you looking forward to that, Mr. Producer?
Of course. Yeah, man. Anything to try and bridge the gap, you know what I'm saying, between black men and black women, you know, I'm all for that. And like you were saying, you know, we was kind of back and forth about the title, and I just want to say that, you know, I'm all for the black family. I wish we can come to some type of compromise so we can strengthen it back. It's destroyed on both sectors, the women and the men. we have to put the knives down and come to some type of common ground and try to fix this thing for our future. Because I mean, we losing, man.
Well, the thing about it, Mr. Producer, is I wonder will that ever happen. Like, you know, when you look at so many sectors of things that go on in the black community, we are majorly divided, man. I mean, like things on relationships, God, religion, which is always political.
Right. The whole thing is we supposed to be competing with the other races,
right?
But we competing
with each other. Right.
We competing with each other, and we gotta. That's what I'm saying. We gotta put the swords, the guns down, and we gotta come together. We gotta figure it out. Or we gonna be left? We gonna stay last.
Right. So we do have some pictures and videos that we will be bringing into Q tonight, people, to enhance the subject matter of what we are talking about. Let me just, before we do all of that, I want to thank Bridget for my good, dear sister who's out in Phoenix, Arizona. Bridget, I'm going to call you. I know you've been trying to get in contact with me, and things have been kind of crazy. I had a procedure this past Friday, and actually last night I called Mr. Producer. I was like, we were questioning if I was going to actually do the show because I had a stomach ache, man. That just and still to this day I'm not right. I am drinking water right now, trying to rehydrate, and it's been a madness. So I want to thank Bridget for her support of the Chris Miles Show. My cousin Karen in San Francisco, brother Donnie in Los Angeles. I want to thank who else we need to thank? My son-in-law here in Atlanta. Who else we need to thank, Mr. Producer?
Man, every single person that's subscribed to our content.
Yeah. And you know, let me say this, on our YouTube page, we actually have people from all over the world. That's New Zealand, India, Japan, China, you name it, they're there. So I'm real excited about where this thing is actually going. I'm excited about where this thing is going. It has a lot of potential. And we're actually going to start incorporating businesses into the advertisement here on the Chris Miles Show. Mr. Producer, I'm going to go on and reach out to Rebecca and see about getting her in. You have those images?
Yeah, man, I got it, man. I'm gonna run them, man. I got you. I ain't gonna let you down, I promise.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing?
Good.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. You are sitting in Q with Chris Miles and Mr. Producer. So, Rebecca.
Yes.
I have some questions I want to ask you. Okay. All right, so I have a list of questioning that I want to propose to you. First of all, once again, welcome to the Chris Miles Show. I want to thank you for taking the opportunity and the time to come on. I'm not going to take a lot of your time, but I feel at this point that these questions, they need to be asked, and I'm just basically looking for answers. And let me just say this, people. For everybody out there that's hearing Rebecca's voice, she's not feeling well. Like me, she's kind of under the weather. So if she's coughing or whatever,
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead. Say what now?
No, I'm saying that I am so sorry.
No, it's cool. It's cool. That's a fact of life. So I just want to put everybody, let everybody know that Rebecca is not necessarily feeling well tonight. But once again, I want to thank you for coming on. You're a beautiful woman. And I just got a couple of questions for you. So my first question to you, Rebecca, is as you got an opportunity to look at some of the questions or the comments that was raised by some of the sisters out there. So first of all, let me say this to all of the black women out there. We're not bashing you all. As Mr. Producer said, what we want to do is we want to get to the bottom of these questions, or we want to get to the bottom of how can we strengthen
all this indifference.
Right. Indifference. Exactly, Mr. Producer. Thank you. Because my mind ain't a lot of time. I ain't firing off all 8 cylinders. But anyway, Rebecca, so this is what I want to ask you, love. So do you see yourself, or do you see black women as competition? I mean, are you competing with them, or are they competing with you? Because I'm assuming that you all would have the same interests, meaning that of black men. Am I correct? I want you to answer that for me.
You're correct. I do prefer to date black men, and I don't necessarily feel like I'm in competition with another female, whether it be another Latina or a black female.
Okay.
I really don't.
So let me ask you this: you could, I'm sure, could have any man you wanted, right? I mean that's a given. But why black men? Why not white men, or a Latino, or Asian man, or a man of Polynesian descent? Why a black man? What is it so special about the black man?
So that is what I grew up with.
Okay.
I grew up with mainly Hispanics and black males around me. And most of the time, even when I was attracted to any man, usually it's black males that approach me. Wow. So that's what I know.
So let me ask you this. So growing up as a young Latina, so when black men, when they approach you, were they intimidated by your look, or were they intimidated, or I mean, how did they come on to you? Was it strong, or what was their approach like when they came to you?
Well, it varies. I've had the the hard approach, or the males just coming at me without like trying to find out my name first. Is immediately, "Hey, mommy." And honestly, that's not a good look.
Oh, really? Okay.
So, and then I've had the softer approach.
Right.
Where they'll, come up to me and say, "How you doing?" If we're like, let's say, we're at a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts, they'll ask, "What am I drinking? How's your day today?"
Hold on, so I don't mean to cut you off.
Being, a soft approach.
Hold on.
Let me ask you
Mr. Producer.
So you good with, the Starbucks and the Dunkin' Donut on the first date, Cheesecake Factory? You okay with that? What would you think about that?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, that's...
Absolutely. Anything or any place that you get to sit down
right
with another individual
right.
and get to know each other on a personal level and intellectual level means more than anything else.
Oh my God.
I mean, how else are you supposed to get to know someone?
So yeah, I'm glad, Mr. Man, you on it.
That's
tonight,
awesome, man. I'm excited about this, man.
So Rebecca, let me ask you this. So you mean to tell me that it's not a problem? Say, if you and we met, we exchanged phone numbers, and I say, well, let's go to Starbucks and get a coffee. you would find that okay. It wouldn't be a problem. I mean, I wouldn't have to initially on the first date take you to some 5-star restaurant. That's the food is we're only getting a small portion and it's $200-$300 for a plate. So you're telling me that I wouldn't have to do that. Starbucks on the first date would be good.
That would be perfect
Okay.
for me. Speaking for myself.
Right. Well, Mr. Producer, what you think about that, man?
I mean, she said it perfectly. That's exactly how it should be. Like, if we vibe and we get a connection, most definitely we gonna go to them 5-star spots.
Right.
But let me get to know you. Like we was talking earlier. A man is physical. You know, he physical, he visual. I see you, like, oh man, that's a nice looking woman right there. Next, we got to get to know each other. So when you open your mouth, that's going to determine whether I'm going to keep pursuing or I'm going to be like, man, no, that's too much attitude for me. So, I'm going to let you have that.
So, I'm glad you said what you said, Rebecca. The reason I'm saying that is because I think in relationships, men and women have forgot what it's like to court each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things I think in a relationship, a man and a woman need to get to know each other. Like, shit is so discombobulated now. It's like you meet a woman on the first day, right? And then the next day, we in the bed. We screwing. We in the bed. You know what I'm saying? And the fact is that we haven't gotten an opportunity to find out what our likes and what our dislikes are. And that becomes problematic because down the line, if I haven't found out that, we're not compatible, then you start to show patterns, or maybe I'm starting to show patterns of things that's discontent to you. Like you say, well, this ain't what I want to deal with. But this is why I think fundamentally hearing Starbucks is okay is because we can sit down there, we can have a latte, we can talk, we can laugh. I mean, it might even be to the point that we're so compatible, I might have a vision of something on some business. You understand?
Right.
And I think Starbucks would be the perfect place for that. Now, like Mr. Producer said, if me and you hit it off from the start, then we're spending time with dating. We're taking, the small walks in the park. We're doing the picnics. We're doing certain things. Yeah, the 5-star. This, you my baby. So, certain things I'm gonna do. I want to take you out. Right. I want to do these things. But like we will. Go ahead. I was gonna say, a lot of these women today, a lot of the sisters like, oh well, you gotta. I gotta go to this 5-star restaurant right off. Okay, then, well, I don't even know if I'm vibing with you, or even if you're vibing with me. So it becomes asinine at this point. So I'm just saying, man, like one of the women on there said that culturally, Latinas and black women are different, and that's bullshit. And the reason I say it's bullshit is because if I meet a sister, right? Mm-hmm. My overall objective is to do right about her. And I don't give a damn if you come from the moon. You know what I'm saying? My objective is for me to treat you and respect you as a woman, as a lady, not to disrespect you or to beat you down or tear you down, anything like that. That's not necessarily cultural. That's something instinctively that God gives all of us. But in the melee of how things are in society today, we've forgotten that. Like all of the things that we see, this falsehood in television, and a lot of people, a lot of women and men try to replicate the things that they see. And it's not reality.
I agree 100%. And
I believe that
go ahead.
Both females and males deserve to go to a 5-star restaurant. It doesn't matter who it is.
Most definitely.
At one point during the courting, if there is any in the relationship, that should be on the table.
Right.
We all work, we all hustle, so we deserve something nice.
Right.
Now, I believe also, excuse me.
No, you good, babe.
A lot of traumas on both ends, females and males, will hinder a lot in the relationship, especially if you're not taking time to court, like you said.
Right.
If you do not take the time to see who this individual is that you are lusting over because of their looks, and you're not trying to get to know them emotionally, that's going to be an issue.
Right.
It's definitely going to be an issue.
Once again, thank you so much, Rebecca. Let me just ask you this. So I'm really excited about this. So you're telling me, Mr. Producer sitting over here, man, he grinning from ear to ear. But so you're saying that your preference out of all men out there are black men?
Yes.
Okay. So what is it? Is it the bill? The bill? Is it, what is it about the black man that I understand that, you when you growing up, a young girl, that they approach you and you probably over a period of time, however it came about, right? Mm-hmm. But what is it now? Like, what is it that you so attracted about the black man? Because like you are a beautiful woman. I mean, ain't no if and I mean, ain't no if and buts about it. But what I'm saying, what is it about the black man that excites you? Because a lot of brothers out here, they're listening, and this is the other thing. What is that thing called, Mr. Producer?
That man talking about the passport bros, man.
Yeah, passport bro. And and it's crazy because a lot of these brothers out here, they're actually desiring women that look like you now. And I'm just saying, like, I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, but I'm just saying, man, like, man, these sisters got it.
I don't necessarily say. I'm not gonna necessarily say about the looks. A lot of the guys, they complain about how would I want to say this? Subjective femininity. A lot of women, a lot of us that went through trauma and
right,
we ain't got over it, but a lot of black women, they got it hard, no doubt. No doubt. There's no cap. But they play that masculine role sometimes, and it's like almost like breaking a horse or a bull or something. They won't, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't overly masculine, they will not submit and be fit and give you the feminine energy.
Right.
When but another race of women, you walk up to them and speak to them. They real polite. They real, you know what I'm saying? They real soothing. It draws you in. So
let me.
I do want to say to Mr. Producer, I do want to say it all depends if the male is a leader.
Right. Yeah. I agree with you 100%.
If he's gonna do the approach leading from the beginning, it'll be much easier. And I say that because if I were to have my significant other lead and, construct that road for us, then whatever comes behind that, if we're willing to commit and dedicate time to each other and see what, our faults are and what our goods are, then we'll know how to keep moving forward.
Right.
But it all begins with the man leading.
I agree.
And that's key.
That's our issue.
That's the issue in our community.
Issue. We ain't a lot of the black men ain't leaders no more. But what it is root from.
There's a root cause to it.
There's a root cause for it.
Right.
So society in itself, really. Right. Society has done that. And a lot of women did not have the choice. They were not given a choice. They were put out there to be hard, to have that, masculine outlook.
But don't you relinquish that when you when you come into a relationship with a man, I mean, like Mr. Producer said, what about the feminine side of the woman? Like you got a man now. You got to protect it.
To kind of give understanding like that, it's once you do something so long, it becomes habit. You know, like I was lucky enough to have, you know, both my parents for a while till I got like 16, and I seen, you know, my daddy. My daddy was a big guy. I'm saying he like 6'5", 300 some pounds. And my dad was big. My mom like 5'2", but she was sassy. She was dynamite, but he handled her with care. So, you know, I saw that. I saw that growing up. So that's all I ever wanted was a family.
Right.
So I had structure from both sides. And a lot of these guys coming up today don't have structure. All they have is what they mama doing. Mama doing, you know, most of the mamas doing the best they can, you know, to try to teach them. But, you know, you got on the flip side too. A lot of mamas, they be dirty. They don't let the daddies be in their life, so the guys don't get that proper training. They don't get put through anything to learn how to become a man, how to respect the woman to be better.
Right.
Cause mama gonna save you. Mama gonna save you and bandage you up, wipe the blood off, kiss you on your forehead, and say it's gonna be all right. Daddy gonna let you get hurt.
Yeah, he
gonna, you know, it's a balance. It's a balance,
right.
And we don't have that balance anymore.
Right. And
so,
that's why
that's what I'm saying. You raising, we putting our daughters out there for these guys that ain't balanced. So it makes sense why they do the things they do, or the cultures don't go through that.
Right. Exactly. So let me ask you something. I'm not gonna hold you much longer. I have a couple of more questions and we'll part, and we're gonna bring you back. So, do you, when you're in a relationship or if you dating a man now, do you cook for him? That you know, you cook for him. You know, run his bath water. Do we get the massages and all of that good stuff?
Yes.
I'm curious. I mean, be honest.
Yes, I'm being honest.
Wow.
I will cook. I will run that bath water if I have to, because I know he had a hard day at work and he wants to come home and decompress. I want him to decompress at home, not out in the streets.
Come on now.
Okay.
So if, you know, I'm going to take the time to do that, and after that, we're going to sit down and have a nice dinner, a cooked meal by the woman that he wants to be with.
Right.
You know, that's surprising itself.
And, you know, I'm glad you say that, Rebecca, because that's not, I mean, this sister was talking about culture. I mean, Mr. Producer, that's not a culture. That's what's right, brother.
Right. That's what's right.
That's what's right.
Because if you do get a guy that you into and he go out there, a woman is expected. She expects a man to do A, B, and C.
Right.
D, E, F, G. And if he go out there and accomplish all that and he does it, I mean, why can't you do A, B, and C?
But what Rebecca's saying is righteous, because if he's not getting those things at home, he going to the street.
Yeah, he definitely gonna
in the street.
He'll still put up with you, but
yeah, he putting up. But I mean, it's gonna be some secret shit.
He gonna go find that balance. He gonna go find that balance.
Rebecca, listen. I know you're not feeling well, sis. I want to thank you for coming. You got any questions for her?
No, man. I appreciate her coming on, man. Thank you so much.
We gonna have you back. I appreciate it. You know, I think realistically, that you know, some of the things as far as that you have brought to the subject matter is fantastic. And like I said, these are not cultural issues. This is about what's right. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that you know, you being Latina, that there are some things culturally, you know, you could, you know, I mean, to say you dating a brother and the brother is, you know, his Spanish might not be up to par. You know, you can you can teach them Spanish. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yes.
So I mean, you know, there are things culturally that a couple can take from one another, but the things that you said that you would provide for your man, that's doing what you're supposed to do, and that's not wrong to do that, Mr. Producer.
No, it ain't, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you gotta be kind to each other.
Man,
you know?
most definitely. Yes.
I mean, it goes a long way.
Yes.
Being kind to each other and providing for each other goes a long way. Now, if you do that consistently and things don't work out between you two, at least you gave it a shot.
Right.
Right.
You know, but you know, to the females and the males listening, or you know, once they go into the comments or whatnot, just stay true to yourself. Don't change for anyone. You know, you start off with kindness. Give them a clean slate.
Right.
They're the ones that are going to deplete that. And once that happens, you got to go.
There you go.
I agree.
I agree.
Well, Rebecca, it's been fun. I appreciate you taking the
Thank you.
time to sit in with us for a little while. I hope you get to feeling better. Just go and, like you told me earlier, you know, get you some things to hydrate and some Pedialyte. I'm gonna get that back to you. And I hope you get to feeling better. And we'll talk later on in the week. But thank you so much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
You too. Take care.
All right, love. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Mr. Producer.
Yes, sir. I like how she ended that, man.
She was hitting on all cylinders.
Yeah,
bro.
we have to start with kindness. Let's start with kindness.
So
It ain't like you come in earlier. You know, I was reading something. It ain't nothing like the black woman.
yeah,
Nothing.
I mean, listen, don't
Nothing.
Don't get it.
Don't right. God.
Don't get it.
Yeah, don't get it misconstrued.
Don't get
ain't
it misconstrued.
Nothing. It ain't
know what I'm
nothing
saying?
more powerful than the black woman, you know.
So
But we got to get back. We got to get back to our roots. We got to conquer this world together.
and that has
Cause that's what they afraid of. That's why they try to keep us down at the bottom. That's why man, it'll be all right, man. That's why they throw us all these curveballs to keep us bickering against each other.
right. Mr. Producer, let me ask you
sir.
something. So, the stuff that Rebecca said this evening, right?
Yeah.
This is so contrary to a lot of the imagery that we get. I'm glad that you said with the question you asked her about the Starbucks.
Right.
Because, I mean, like I say, that deals specifically with courting a person, courting a woman. Like, people don't court anymore.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, you go to Walmart, you meet a girl at Walmart, the next day, man, but you know, y'all flat back.
Everything microwave, man. You get on that Tinder and all them other little dating sites and you hook up. Ain't no getting to know each other, you know, chopping it up, you know, 2-3 dates, and then, you know, maybe engage in something, but man, everything, I don't know. That ain't never been me. And what you got? Oh, you got to plug it back up. Yeah, man, that ain't never been me, man. Man.
So, Mr. Producer.
Yeah.
Do we want to go into some of the comments that
Yeah, man, we could read some of the comments, man. I'm gonna hit on some of these. I'm gonna roll some of these videos while you doing that.
So hold on, let me pull this up.
And like another thing she was saying, like, you know, the passport bros, a lot of them guys, you know, no doubt to them, man, I don't know. They are some of the kind of softer guys. they ain't the leaders of the community or whatever. They just, I don't know, they're kind of nerdy. But everybody, you know, wants a shot at love. So I mean, they taking their talents across seas.
Right.
And I mean, I don't.
Do you fault them for that?
Do I fall for it?
Yeah. Do you fault them for that?
Oh, I mean, you gotta get what you can get out here, man. It's dog eat dog world. Everybody can't handle a black woman, man. I don't want to handle nothing but a black woman.
I got you. Yeah, you and I. But you and I had that conversation.
Yeah, man. Everybody else, you know, a lot of folks can't. A lot of folks can't do it, man. They ain't equipped.
Right. Well, you know, Mr. Producer, let me just say this, man. I think realistically, we might have to take a quick break. Let me get this here. Let's do that. We're gonna break for a second, people, so I can get my microphone stuff set back, and then we'll come back. Give us.
Yes, sir. We back.
Yeah, sorry about that, people. I'm goofy and clumsy, so I'm tearing up shit around here. But Mr. Producer, so one of the things that I thought was really interesting that she said was she didn't have a problem with going to Starbucks for the first date.
Right. And I mean, I don't know. I can't. You can't speak for everybody. I don't know. It's just that new age woman, but no doubt, every young lady deserves, you know what I'm saying, 5-star treatment. Don't get that twisted. But the first date, the initial,
what I'm saying, Mr.
the
Producer,
initial meeting, no.
The first date, man.
No.
The first date. This is what we are on the first date, bro. Huh?
Man. But I'm just, you know, and the main people that's kind of why the episode that we doing is kind of very poignant, because the main culprits, you know what I'm saying, was, you know, our black women. They said I mean, yeah, you deserve to be, you know, wined and dined. You deserve to be special, but I mean, let's get there first.
Right.
Let's get there first, and don't just try to get no free meal about me.
So you look at it as a free meal?
Man, that's how a lot of them look at it. Man, a lot of girls be having dudes' names say it as free food in their phone, man.
Wow. So let's do this. Brian Campbell said, funny you came up with this topic. My mic is live, right?
Yeah.
He said, funny you came up with this topic because I just started talking to a beautiful foreign sister who moved to the U.S. at the age of 15 years ago, at the age 15 years ago. Our chemistry seemed to be on point, man, and she's fine, dude. So, I want to thank Brian for, you know, this brother, man. Every week he's with me, man. He participates with conversation, or he's adding something. He went on to say, a lot of these brothers are making a turn to the passport bros on TikTok. And a lot of the sisters are acting like they could care less, but no, deep down, their hearts, they're hating it. What's your take on that? Does he have a point?
Yeah, he has a point, but I mean, me personally, I mean, I consider myself pro-black when it comes to that. We like one of the comments earlier. I was reading one of the ladies was saying about she hope. I mean, it's the same rhetoric. It's the same rhetoric, the same talking points. And my rebuttal to, yeah, we talking about it. We talk about it.
Right.
But we humans. Everything repetitive. The black community is not in a good space. We losing. We the only community that doesn't put family first.
Right.
You may put your y'all, a lot of them don't care for the man or whatever, but we gotta like Rebecca said earlier, we got to wipe the slate clean and start with kindness.
Right.
Because I mean everything is repetitive. It is the same rhetoric.
But Mr.
Because I'm saying as a child you taught to crawl, you taught to talk, you're taught how to talk, how to pronounce A words, your ABCs, how to run. You taught manners. You taught yes sir. Well, most of us, yes sir, no ma'am, please, thank you. Would you consider that the same rhetoric? If I didn't say, if my daddy had seen me say what to an adult, I got popped in my mouth. Yeah. So after so long,
it's repetition.
It's repetition.
Right,
you
right.
get it.
You get it.
So we stopped being kind to each other.
Right.
We stopped depending on each other.
Right.
When a lot of these, in the 80s, when the crack area, a lot of the government gave the black women government assistance.
Right.
So they ain't need no black men, so they stopped being kind.
Well, actually, it started. This is what happened, man. It was a concerted effort on the government's part to break the black family. Like what most people don't realize, during the time of the civil rights era, and everybody out there, y'all listen to me, so y'all can get clarity what I'm saying. During the time of the civil rights era, you had Malcolm and you had Martin.
Right.
The black church was the conduit for togetherness. Okay?
Right.
All of the things that happened that strengthened the black community, all businesses ran through the black community. The black church.
Right.
When Martin Luther King them down in our native city of Montgomery, when they needed to, set up the boys boycott and all this other stuff, they ran it through the black church. But it was a couple. It was a man and it was a woman. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It was family, and he had the boy. One of our mentors, Squirrel Thomas, told us about how things ran through the church. Okay.
And just think about that. Just kind of what you do, kind of pinpoint what you just said. Just think about that. If we were separated like we is now, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish that.
Right.
You had to have both parties.
Right.
You had to have the man and the woman.
Right. Exactly. So the point is what I'm saying, Mr. Producer, is what I want people to understand here, right? And what Rebecca said tonight was so poignant. It was so profound because, like this sister said, one of the girls on. I want to go back to reading some of the comments.
Yeah.
But she was saying this girl was one of the sisters on the time. It's cultural, man. Look here, man. Listen, man. If we all got feelings, we all want to be loved. The sisters want to be loved.
Right, no doubt.
And if you're in a relationship with somebody, that person fucking you over to doing you wrong, you're going elsewhere. You eventually, the antenna's gonna go up. You say, "Wait, I got to get out of this because it's not conducive."
Right.
You understand what
but
I'm
that's
saying?
kind of like what's his name, Brian.
Right.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
That's what the passport bros and all that's all about. You go get a white woman or a Hispanic woman that's built like a sister, and she nice to you. She listen. She follows your lead. She don't give you no pushback. That sounds like competition.
That's competition. That's why we titled. Titled the show tonight, people. The Black Woman's Competition.
Right.
Because You look at what Rebecca's talking about. Look at the attributes that this woman is bringing. Like she said, she don't have an issue cooking for her man. Running his bath water, giving him a massage. Making love. She ain't got an issue with none of that. She with it. She about it. You understand? She about the business of taking care of making sure her man is fully equipped with everything, the essentials that he needs to be a functioning man at the house. So that way he, I guess he going to work. She putting him on it so good, he got time to go to the
That's
street.
all he thinking about, while he at work.
That's what he right, exactly.
Got to get back home to my young lady. I got to get home to my baby, man.
Yeah, right. So, but back to the black church, Miss Producer.
Yeah.
The black church was a conduit to all great things that was going on in the black community.
Right.
The establishment, the system said, wait a minute, we got to break this shit. During the time of the Vietnam War, they sent not our young men, because shit, I come out of them.
Yeah.
But they sent a lot of them over to Vietnam. A lot of them got killed over there. They didn't come back. Some of them went over there, got hooked up with them Asian women. They ain't come back.
Right. But
a lot of the ones came back. They came back on opioids, drugs, and opium, and cocaine, different shit. They came back on. So they were fucked up. So they left. So guess what? The system, the government said, well, you know what? We'll give the black woman, we'll give her government assistance.
Right.
And that shit was the beginning, the decay of the black family.
Yes.
And as a matter of fact, Mr. Producer, rap music stemmed from that. Because the guys that were rapping, remember, they were rapping about those things that was going on in the community because there was no father there.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So look at us now. Now we got Sexy Red, we got Suki Hunter. And this is the thing. A lot of the women out there today, a lot of the women out there today, they won't confront Suki Hunter or Sexy Red.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this is the decline and decay of the black community. This is why we titled this show "The Black Woman's Competition." You got women on here today, and this is what's crazy about all this. The women that they're seeing in this montage of videos, right? All these women won't be like black women.
Man, exactly.
They want to be like
all of them want to be.
They want to
be like the queen of the earth.
They want to live, and black women are running from that.
They want to be the queen of the earth, and the queen of the earth don't want to be herself.
She don't want to be herself.
Man.
So it's a bad state of affairs, Mr. Producer.
Come on, man.
You understand what I'm saying? You had somebody that you encountered. What she told you she had to have, Mr. Producer?
What she had? Oh, you talking about what? The be with her?
No, I'm telling you what she said that you had to be what? What kind of package you had to have?
Oh, you talking about, man, one of them Section 8 hoes, man. The girl, I'm saying, let me give you the backstory, well, most of it. I'm saying, she'd have been ran through all her life, she ain't changed the ways. Got 4 or 5 baby daddies, but she done, her insides have been tampered with and beat so bad. She said you gotta have 10 or better.
That's what she told you.
Man, you gotta have 10 or better, or you can't even. It ain't even.
She ain't entertain you.
I mean, she'll entertain you, but she said, she might have to step out on you.
Obviously not. If you
she ain't gonna be satisfied.
If you ain't got 10 or better,
she ain't gonna be satisfied.
When you go to do what you need to do, you know what I'm saying? She ain't gonna be content.
You ever been to the beach?
You take down the montage,
yeah.
Producer.
You ever been to the beach?
Yeah, a few times. I'm not a beach person, man.
I'm just saying. You ever been you know them seashells? Yeah. Yeah, blue in the seashell. Yeah. That's how it is when you blowing her. That's what it sounds like.
Wow.
I mean, it's so hollow in that, man. Ooh. I mean, it's hollow in there, man.
Wow.
Man, you
and the thing is, she told you She was looking for a husband, right?
Man, yeah.
But then
I done heard a wedding.
But
She played me her wedding song and everything.
But this particular female you're talking about, she's had 4 babies by 4 different men, correct?
Well, them the ones that wasn't unalived, you know. A lot of them ain't make it. Yeah, a couple of them ain't make it, man. R.I.P.
So she tell you got to be 10 or better. She's had kids by multiple fathers.
She ain't feminine at all. Right. At all. I'm talking about.
So there ain't nothing that you would be attracted to.
Man, that woman gonna be by herself for the rest of her life. If anybody other than her last baby daddy be with her, they ain't got nothing. I'm talking about she brag about how she put her children trampoline up, how she hung all the TVs up to my she can do this, she a handyman. I'm saying, like,
so for you that was a turn on?
Man, I mean,
I'm just asking.
I mean, shit, the bud blew. It turned off and blew.
Wow.
The transformer blew. I don't know when the power company gonna come fix it.
Let me go back to some.
Read some more comments.
Let me go back to some of the comments. Latoya Denise said, sitting there here is she say sitting this here as a placeholder. Centauria Warren said, it's the blaming black woman for what black men are doing for me. Please stop it now. So let me just address that, right?
Yeah.
She said blaming black. So what are we blaming black women for? If I brought somebody on, now this is what I want, Centauria. Hopefully you're watching the show. Okay. So, man, it's crazy how my family members will wait till we live, and everybody's like,
won't hear from them all day.
I ain't heard from none of them. But goddamn it now, shit, he lied. Let's fuck with him. But this is the thing, Mr. Producer. Back to Centauria, right? She said that it's the blaming black woman for black men are doing, for what black men are doing. No one blamed anybody for anything.
No.
Let's go back to the initial statement of the title, which was the Black Woman's Competition. The reason I asked Rebecca to come on tonight was because I wanted to point out these are the substance of what black women got to compete with. You got a woman out here say that she don't mind cooking her man a hot meal. That's competition.
She built like a black woman.
She built like a black woman.
You getting the meat and greens, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. You getting the meat and the greens.
You getting the meat and the greens.
You see what I'm saying? She got the hair.
Thick.
She thick. She got all the attributes that the brothers want. And guess what she ain't coming with? She ain't coming with all that mouth, and she ain't coming with no attitude. And the first thing she said that I think grabbed you and I, she said that on the first date, it could be just a simple date. Because we're courting each other.
Right.
We're getting to know each other.
Right.
So we going to a 5-star restaurant on the first date. I can't get to know you.
Hell no.
I don't spend $200 on a steak, a potato, and 3 goddamn asparagus.
You know what they gonna be doing these days? She gonna be in that phone filming it, TikToking that thing, Instagram in her plate.
Right.
She ain't trying to get to know you.
So
and like you were saying, nobody is blaming black women for the condition of the community. It's both our fault.
Well,
but
you know what?
But I'm saying it's all these men that's running and doing this. All these effeminate men, y'all raising these effeminate men.
Exactly. So the point is, Mr. Producer, is that we can't even have we can't even have the conversation, bro.
Right.
That's the problem. The problem is when you bring up the subject matter, they want the subject matter to go away.
Oh, we tired of this rhetoric.
Until there's a problem, now we need to address it. We need to talk about it. And that's wrong. Why can't we talk about this shit now? Why can't it be a fact of the matter of this is something that we need to talk about?
You have to keep doing it till you fix it.
Right.
It got to get
Because
fixed. If it don't get fixed, I'm saying that's what people not realizing. People not coming to reality. If we don't fix it, we're doomed.
Right.
We're doomed. Cause it might not be, we might not see it in our lifetime, but if our kids, our grandkids, they keep going down this path and they not together, it's gonna be a point where you might have to learn have to survive on the land, or you might, it's no telling what's gonna happen in this world that we in, where you gonna need each other. Right. Everybody else gonna band together. The white people gonna band with their people, the Hispanics, everybody else gonna band together. They gonna pick us off one by one because we separated.
Well, and then last week's show, we even talked about this guy by the name of Ed Bloom, how they were going back out to reverse all of the things that we had been afforded in through government.
Right.
So now they're reversing these things in government. Okay, these things are being reversed. These policies that have been in place to make sure that, as I said before, a balancer. Those things are being removed. Now there's decay within our relationship with the black man and the black woman. Let me just go on before I lose thought. All right, so Centauria says the black woman has no competition. That's a lie. You do. You got competition. You got a lot of competition. That's the thing. A lot of you sisters out there have become complacent.
Right.
You're complacent. You think your shit don't stink. And you had a woman come on tonight. Mr. Producer asked us some very poignant questions. And she's telling you, this is what I do for the black man. Okay, put her picture back up there for just a second. Now, so this is what I'm saying. This is why I wanted to do, you got it?
Yeah, I got it.
This is why I wanted to do the show. You put it up there and take it now. Because the misnomer that you think or you feel that you don't have competition, Centauri, you got competition. And the competition you got is that this woman, as somebody said earlier, this is a cultural issue. So if it's a cultural issue, then that means that this young lady parents instilled into her a cultural value that has been empty or not prevalent or being shown in the black community, Mr. Producer. But guess what we are seeing? We're seeing Suki Hunter and Sexy Red that's coming out here to damn more of our young ladies. So all of the things that they've been taught, they don't know. This woman here was on the Chris Miles show tonight, Rebecca. We had a wholesome conversation with her. She's thick, she's beautiful. And the fact is, she's saying, if I'm with a black man, this is what I do for him. So let's come off this high horse that a lot of you sisters on, Centauri, that you ain't got no competition. You got competition. And that's why I had Mr. Producer put her photo back up there on the thing so that you know and you see. Now, you can take whatever objective you want to take towards this. But the fact of the matter is that these men out here have options. And a simple fix for it is to learn to play a woman's role. You can take it out, Mr. Producer. To learn how to play a woman's role, as Mr. Producer said earlier. He met a young lady, have all these various imperfections going for herself. But then she wants
me to be perfect.
She want him to be perfect.
I got to be perfect.
But all the other men she's dealt with, they've been prisoners, thugs, criminals, and all this other stuff. Now, this is not necessarily indicative of all sisters, because I know it's not.
It's a lot of them, though.
But the fact of the matter is, this is one particular girl that he was dealing with. And she told him, if he didn't have 10 inches or better, he was short. And guess what? You laugh at Mr. Producer, but it's sad.
Just funny, man.
It's sad because she been out here dealing with guys with 10 inches. So she's already set a standard on Mr. Producer to tell him, listen, if you ain't packing 10, you ain't in. And this is sad. I mean, that's some shit she could have kept to herself, Mr. Producer.
Man, I'm saying, I want to be wine.
Then she want to be wine and dine. And she already coming to the relationship with kids by another guy. With by 3 different guys.
Man, come on now.
But telling you got to come with 10.
And I got to wind it down, take it to a 5-star restaurant. And then I got to throw rose petals on the floor. I got to do all this stuff.
Did other guys do that for
just to have, hell no, just to have some used up. Just to have some seashells. Just to have some seashells around this. But
that's sad, man. So let's go on. All right. Kayla K said, well, most black men like women that are submissive. And you can't hardly find that in the black race cause we grew up different. Not saying in some areas we won't be submissive, but not in a lot. We talk back and also have our own opinions on stuff. And in the white race, they find that these women will do as they say without question. So she's saying it, Mr. Producer.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like they've identified the problem. You know what the problem is.
Right.
So the problem is fixable.
It is.
If you running your mouth, shut your mouth up. Stop talking. The fuck is you talking about?
I mean, sometimes you gotta trust that the guy that you pick is gonna lead you to the promised land. You gotta believe that. You gotta believe that wholeheartedly, or it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not. I mean, and don't get it, man. Don't ever get it twisted, man. Yo, every person has an opinion. Whatever you think, it's valid. It could be valid. It could be some help, but you have to do things in order. Allow your man to lead if he a leader. Because if
well, that's the thing.
All the women out there, allow your man to lead sometimes.
Well, this is the thing. Now Kayla K made some very poignant points.
Yeah.
She's saying that, and a woman, this is the thing, women. All of these women here, this is another problem. We got something coming up on called fried pork chop preachers, which lead us to Christianity. Most of these women will tell you that they're Christian. Am I correct, Mr. Producer?
You are correct.
Okay. So, if these women are Christians, that means that they strive to follow Christ, supposedly, right?
Right.
When you
Man,
go into
you're
the
making
order,
a good point. Come on now
when
with
you go
it.
into the order of the Bible,
Right.
the Bible has it. You got God, you got Christ, you got man, you got woman, you got children.
Right.
So everything is discourse now because the man is here and the woman is above him. This is why.
Why ain't that's the actual definition of pork chop preacher.
There you go.
Preacher pork chop. They take its and bits and pieces of the Bible, don't teach everything in order.
Right.
So
what I'm saying is, all women out there that's watching the Chris Miles show, and I know some of you all are upset. It's not meant to upset. This is a criticism. Corrective criticism is good for everybody. This is the point. The Most High God put a woman in the earth to be submissive to her husband. You had a Latina on earlier.
Yeah.
That said, she know how to submit to her man. And she's Latina. She ain't even attracted to Latino men. She attracted to brothers. And she's beautiful. And she thick. So if she's not posing all of this masculinity that a lot of these sisters are putting out there, if she ain't putting that shit out there and she's submitting, where the brother gonna go, Mr. Producer?
Man, they gonna go they gonna get another
They going to Rebecca.
They going to Rebecca, man. Yeah.
And women like Rebecca. And there's some sisters out there like Rebecca.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
I'm not. See, that's
No
the
doubt.
thing. Y'all think that this is not a show to beat up sisters. This is a show to say, listen, sister, we got to we losing. Like Mr. Producer said, we are losing. The whole point is to expose the problem and to fix it. But most of everybody out there don't want to fix the problem. They want to see the shit for what the shit is, leave the shit like it is, say fuck it. Then guess what? And that's a cancer in the earth. That's cancerous.
And it takes more than one brick to build a house.
Come on now.
You have to keep placing bricks.
Come on now.
Sometimes a brick gonna crack. You gotta start over. You might drop a brick. So like the young lady said earlier, it starts with kindness. We have to learn how to be kind to each other. Like one of the comments on one of the other posts, Miss D Merriweather, she said she's been with her husband for 41 years.
So she would be in the presence of that Rebecca.
Right.
Because
this is a black woman.
This is a black woman, right?
She's been with her husband for 41 years.
She's in Nuna. She's a good friend of mine. She's originally from Memphis. Right. Back in the day, we used to bump heads. But she's like a mother to me. Mother figure. I love her to death. Hope you're watching the show tonight, Miss D, Miss Merriweather. Hold on, Miss Producer. Let me say this.
Come on now.
Brandy said, I could care less. She have the laughing emojis. What does this have to do with me? Well, first of all, Brandy, you brought yourself to the page and you posted. It had nothing to do with you. So obviously, you're that hit dog in the street because you posted to the content. And this is what we're talking about. You actually put yourself out there. It has nothing to do with you. But then again, if you are that woman out there that's not submitting to her husband or her man, then we're talking to you because you got competition. And a lot of you all out there today, this is why you don't have men, because you don't know how to be woman-like. You know what I'm saying? You want to argue, you want to do this, you want to do that. But it's not about that. It's about pleasing your man. There's an order. There's a structural premise that God set up in the earth. Yeah, that's a structure. And the whole point is that everything has gotten away from the order of how God set things up. Let me go on. Catherine L. Burns said, okay, she said, let's talk after tonight's show. You and I should have done this show together, my friend. So I'm going to give you an opportunity, Ms. Burns, to come on. We will revisit this very topic. Excuse me. We will revisit this very topic, and I will give you an opportunity to come on and for us to talk about this, because one of the things that I try to do now, I try to bring wholesome conversation about things that matter in our community. Something you want to say, Mr. Producer?
We gotta fight to fix this issue. You know, I like what she said, man. It starts with kindness. We gotta learn how to be kind to each other. Mothers, we gotta retrain our daughters. Men, we gotta get these little niggas into shape. We gotta get them into shape, because if we don't build more leaders and show leadership, then, you know, what are the little black girls gonna have? Who's gonna protect them? Nobody.
And then they got Six and Red that's destroying them, turning them.
So
what happens
like
is
Six and Red raising the girls, and NBA YoungBoy and all these other niggas raising the boys.
Both of them criminals. Both of them finna bring a child in the earth. So imagine what that shit is like. But you're right, Mr. Producer.
Everybody stuck on Blueface. And Christian rock and all that shit.
Hold on.
That's our future.
Hold on, Mr. Producer. Let me say this.
That's our future.
Hold on. Let me say this. because it needs to be said.
Man, come on, man.
If, only if, white people had a sexy red, or the Arab community, the white community, the Arabs had a sexy red. If they had somebody in their community doing what sexy red is doing in our community, they would forcefully remove her.
Man, come on. I'm pretty sure.
I'm
sure that they have them in their community, but the kicker is you never see them.
No, they don't.
But us,
no.
They put it on the forefront for us.
For us, it's the norm. This is what I'm saying. They don't have it, Mr. Producer. They got, what's the girl that the football player? Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, yeah.
They are promoting Taylor Swift. All along, they're promoting sexy red in our community.
Man, come on, man.
Y'all don't see nothing wrong with this? If the Arab community had a sexy red in our community, they would assassinate her, man. And the same thing with white people. They would not tolerate somebody damning their community in the way that this woman has done in our community. I'm not condoning anything bad to her, but what I'm saying is there's a source of responsibility that has to come forward. And all of these things that I'm reading these comments, it's like when you bring these comments up about the issues in our community, everybody want to put this shit on the back burner. Everybody wants to put it on the back log, but no one wants to correct the fucking problem. Nobody wants to correct it. And that's sad and it's wrong. Here it is right today. When you look at the financial aspect in our community, we have $1.9 trillion that circulates within our community. We don't even get 1% of that money to come back into our community. And one of the other things I've noticed too, Mr. Producer, and that is this. When you look at these other nationalities that come into the black community that set up their business, they go into those community where those community are poverty stricken. You understand? People without a sense of nationality or identity. And what I'm saying is at some point in time, these things have to shift. From that aspect and from the aspect of us dealing with our women. Oh, we got some other stuff that we ain't even brought out. We're going to bring it out, though. It's going to come out here. It's going to come out here.
We got to call out the bullshit.
Yeah, we're going to call it out here. You ain't getting a break here. That's right. The other thing is, too, to the ones out there, you selling them food stamps, oh, yeah, I'm going to turn you in. I know what you're doing. You know, if somebody I'm talking specifically to, because you had an opportunity to correct and rectify that problem, but you don't want to rectify it. You don't want to correct it. But you want to go out here and you want to talk about, I'm a stalker. I'm this. You want to say shit about Mr. Producer. But we're the very ones that went out that tried to help you. When certain things was going on, bill need to be paid, money for rent need to be got up. You came to Mr. Producer. He stepped up. He came to me, asked, I said, man, look here, man. I got it. I give it. You know what I'm saying? I give it to you. To give it. She cussed me out, went off on me. That's cool. I ain't tripping about that. But at the end of the day, it ain't even, Mr. Producer, about that, what you said to me. It's about your kids. It's like you should at some point want better for your kids, your daughter. But you don't, because you don't want better for yourself. You want to do the bare minimum. Then you want to project this imagery to society of something that you're doing when you're not doing it.
Shit, all you gotta do is work for it.
And all we ever tried to do was
You
help
be
you.
whatever you want to be.
And a lot of this shit, the talk that I'm hearing, back to the subject matter of tonight's show, a lot of this stuff that I'm hearing is blame the black man. Yeah, black. You know, we got some stuff coming up on the brothers too. They ain't gonna pass.
Fuck no.
Because I know right now there are brothers out there that have gone out and fathered multiple children by multiple women, and they're trifling. Too goddamn trifling to step up to be fathers to their children. And you know what? They're sending their children up to be conduits for prison.
Not a statistic.
So at some point in time, this cycle of corruption has to break. It has to stop. And people can get mad at me all they want. I have a showcast that I come in every week that the Most High God gives me strength, knowledge, wisdom to carry on. I come in, I do this show. I'm not feeling good this evening. But it's my duty, because if I reach one person, if I'm able to reconstruct one person's mind, I've done a good deed. And the reason I asked Rebecca to come on tonight is so to show these sisters out here, you can't be complacent. It ain't about your complacency out here. One thing a woman has to understand is this. When you start to get in your 40s, mid-40s, it's over for you. But a brother that's in his 70s, look at, what's his name, Lionel Richie.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie got him a 30-year-old woman. He's still laying pipe. He's still able to lay pipe. And the woman is giving him his youthfulness back. So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm saying right here, right now. What you all have to understand. What you have to understand is nothing is wrong with you courting a man or allowing a man to court you so you can find out. And then we got another show coming up called 5-Year Plan. A woman need to find out what's the man's 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Nigga, you got good credit? You ain't got good credit. We can't talk. You got a business, you work, what you got going on? What the deal is? If he can't provide you those things, I had an Uncle Simpson told his daughter, no ring, no swing. That should be the mentality, the mindset of every woman out there today. I got a granddaughter, this thing here that I wear on my wrist right here. I wear it on my wrist because of her. I talk to her every day. She's my heart. I would give my life for her. I love her dearly. This thing here is glued on it ain't going nowhere. And it was hers. Now it's Papa's. And I do not want my granddaughter growing up listening to Suki Hunter and Sexy Red. I want her doing something productive out here in society. And then when she gets of age, that she's starting to date, I want her to have the proper credentials. If I'm here in the earth, on a cane wheelchair, if I'm not here, it is within me to instill into my grandbaby the qualities of life so she can be a productive black woman. Like Mr. Producer said, I love black women. Ain't no woman, I'm telling you, I've slept around with women of other nationalities. Ain't no woman in the world like a sister. I'm telling you facts. I ain't telling you some shit I heard. I'm telling you what I know. No woman in the world like a black woman. You are the ultimate. You're the best. But you got to start acting like you're the best.
Come on.
You got to start acting like what God intended for you to be. You got to put these black fathers back in their home and let them be father to these kids. And if you out here dealing with a dude and you know he ain't shit, fuck him. Cut him loose. Don't deal with him. And all of the other shit that's going on out here in society that's bad, that's a misappropriation of words or a misnomer of facts, you got to get away from it. Because like Mr. Producer said early in the show, we're losing. And at some point in time, we got to stop losing. And this shit is fixable. And it's fixable because we first have to go back to the origin and the order of what God gave us. That's the man and the woman. We got to go back to that. We got to get that shit back.
Got to.
And when we get that back, I promise you, you're going to start to see a major difference. I'm going to say this in closing. It's kind of like going to the gym. Okay? You go to the gym, you work out hard, you have a routine. You say, damn, I don't look like I'm losing weight. Well, you're not going to see the effects while you're in the gym. You're going to see the effects the day after. It's kind of like if you're in an accident or something happens, you hurt your leg. You might not necessarily feel it. Then it might be bothering you, troublesome, but you're going to feel it the next day after. But you keep pressing. Your ultimate goal is I'm gonna drop weight. I'm gonna drop weight. I'm gonna look my best. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. You stay consistent. The key to anything out here in society is consistency. It's about consistency. If you stay consistent with what you're doing, success will come. It's not hard. But it's about consistency. And that's what we got to get back to. We got to go back to the things that work for us. And despite of all of the things that we've been given that we know that is damaged to set up to destroy our community. And one thing I'm going to say, I love kids. As Mr. Producer often say, our kids are our future. And we got to go out here. We got to start doing things that's conducive better for our children. And one of the things of doing that is we got to get back to the structure of man and woman, the black man and woman doing what they should do to be a couple, a dynamic couple for their family. So with that being said, stop going around feeling like you don't have competition, because you do. Brothers, me and Mr. Producer, we had guys come to us and say, hey man, we need this. I need you to do this show. I got a friend of mine, a comedian that opens up for Country Wayne. He was supposed to come on tonight. I'm gonna bring him on, but the fact is that he's in his feelings about something. He was hurt really bad. Bad relationship. Completely unexpected. And he's really at a point, what did he say, Mr. Producer? He don't want to date sisters no more. Am I lying?
No, you're right.
He don't want to deal with them no more. I said, man, you can't take that approach. Yes, I can. Because he did everything right out here and he still lost.
A lot of these niggas off the boat, man. They jumped off the boat.
Right. And I'm trying. He don't jumped off, but I'm gonna bring him back to the boat, cause it's a good sister out there that'll show him otherwise.
Come on now.
Anyway, people, it's been fun. We're gonna get out of here. We do have some content coming up. We'll be posting the thumbnails to that tomorrow. Y'all be on the lookout for that. Mr. Producer, anything you want to say before we part ways this evening?
No, man, I think we said everything, man. Once
again, everybody out there, I want to thank you all for watching the Chris Miles Show. It's been fun. I I want to thank all of the people who support the Chris Miles Show. I love you. I couldn't do it without you guys. I want to thank Rebecca for coming on. What she provided was very intriguing and wholesome for this platform. With all of that being said, everybody out there, y'all be safe. Have a good week. Let's get back in here this coming week, okay? All of that being said, God bless. As I always say in closing, the moving finger writes, as written, moves on. To all of you, good day.